Eagles and the Niners, arguably the class of the NFC here over the last couple of years in terms of Super Bowl appearances. These guys have accounted for, off the top of my head, 5 Super Bowl appearances here in the last 8 years. So arguably it's the cream of the crop over the last decade, now going head to head here. The Eagles winners of the NFC East with 11 wins. The Niners, 12 wins, and yet they are the number 6 seed because they lost to the Seahawks last Saturday night. The Rams won. This spread is moving like wildfire, and it's shocking to me. We are now on BetMGM up to 6, Eagles -6, and the total at 44.5. Get into our predictions and our bets in just a second here, but this game is going to come down to the Eagles offense, and it's a unit that has struggled mightily at times this year, but has all the talent in the world. Jalen Hurts, reigning Super Bowl MVP. Saquon Barkley, reigning rushing champion and had one of the greatest seasons by a running back ever last year. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith against this Niners defense that has been pretty porous ever since they lost their all-pro, all-world linebacker Fred Warner. Nick Bosa lost early on in the season. Niners defense has been ravaged by injuries. They are the worst unit on the field this weekend. Do we see this Eagles offense finally look like it's supposed to? I've got my doubts because we talked about it with Hunter Brody, a.k.a. Broads, on the show yesterday. I've got a big issue with their first-year offense coordinator, Kevin Patullo. I think he's a stiff. I think he is totally uncreative at calling plays. And I think that you can't just fully rely, you can't just copy and paste the Eagles offense from last year to this year because the play caller's different, the scheme's been different. I just don't think this is as simple as, hey, here you go, Saquon, 20 carries for 150 yards. I think this Eagles offense is going to sputter in the first half like they've done most of the season.
Yeah, I think that's entirely on the table, my friend. The team is just the lack of creativity in the play calling. You nailed it. It's been uneventful for much of the season. The good news is this. I mean, San Francisco is just so damn leaky, man. There is no amount of Flex Seal that could patch the cracks that they have right now. And I really think Philadelphia is going to have a tremendous amount of success offensively. But the problem is San Francisco is one of the most dynamic, one of the most electric, one of the most prolific scoring offenses in the National Football League. And I know Philadelphia's got a tremendous defense, really kind of the antithesis of the Niners in that capacity. But this game is going to be shootout in my mind. I think the 44.5 total is way too low. I think it's going to just, slam dunk the over on it. And it may by a convincing number. I've got this 28-24 San Francisco in the end. For your love life's sake, because I know your significant other is a giant Eagles fan, and you want to have a holly and jolly night and a wonderful one. And maybe you guys are partying at the end, and I'm pulling for you on that factor. I just don't trust Philadelphia, man. I really don't, to get this thing done. I think San Francisco will find a way. They have so many weapons right now. And you got George Kittle healthy and playing exceptional football at the CMC Football Factory, getting it done with the hands, getting it done with the legs. Jawan Jennings has had some big receptions. We'll see what Ricky Pearsall can add if he can even survive 4 quarters in this game. They just got so many dudes to account for. And the other factor that I mentioned, I think it really is going to play a pivotal role in this game, is Brock Purdy's legs. Ain't he so Purdy? Is a guy that's getting it done on the ground. And the thing about the Eagles is they are susceptible in that area against opportunistic quarterbacks. They have allowed the second most rush yards of any NFL team to the quarterback position this year. So Purdy, especially in red zone packages and situations, maybe a little RPO action, maybe a little spring of the step in an advantageous position. That could be something that plays a key factor in this game. But I got it, San Francisco 28-24. Give me the over, and definitely give me the Niners +6. It's absurd that the spread right now is -6 with Philadelphia. I'm loading up on the Gold Panthers.
Yeah, and I think the big reason, I think you'll agree with me, the big reason why is the injury report. I mean, we're talking about practice here. The injury status, everybody, Eagles had been banged up. A bunch of guys that have been battling through injuries, especially on that offensive line. And this was, 3.5, 4.5. Then it went to 5. Then it went to 5.5. Now it's at 6 here because it looks, there's like social media videos of Lane Johnson, running hard in practice and Jordan Mailata. Remember, the Eagles took basically last week off and rested everybody, and that cost them what could have been the 2 seed because the Bears lost and the Eagles had a chance to do it and they couldn't beat the Commanders. And now basically everybody that was on the injury report for the Eagles over the last couple of weeks, they're all healthy. And that is that entire offensive line that when they are operating at peak efficiency, man, they are a freaking unit. Along with that defense, Nakobe Dean, their incredible run-stuffing linebacker who's been banged up. Like, basically everybody's good to go. And so you can make the argument just off of that. Nick Sirianni's idea to rest everybody last week, it looks like a pretty good idea right now because this team looks healthy. I'm seeing reports that the locker room is as loose as it's been. It's as loud as it's been. And it feels like everybody that likes the Eagles is like, oh, yeah, all right, this is 12 months. They've just been playing possum all year long. I don't think so, man. You're getting, like you said, a hell of a machine of an offense from San Francisco.
Yep.
And I get it. Vic Fangio scheming versus Kyle Shanahan scheming. That's going to be a massive part in how this game goes. The Eagles defense has been awesome, right? They have stuffed some of the best offenses they've seen this year. That's different when you get Purdy and you get McCaffrey and Kittle and Jawan Jennings. The thing for me, we want to look at injury reports. I want to know if Trent Williams is playing. Probably the number one left tackle in football a couple years ago. He was banged up all of last year. I still think he is invaluable to this Niners offense. All those outside zone run schemes, all the motion they use, all the pulling tackles they use. When you get big Trent Williams with a head of steam running at defenders, McCaffrey can basically do anything he freaking wants. So I think if Trent Williams plays, I like the Niners. I think he is that big of an X factor here in this game. I think the Niners offense will be able to move the ball effectively if Trent Williams plays. And I think Purdy's ready for this. This is a big rematch for them from a couple of years ago in the NFC title game. Purdy steps in his rookie year, Mr. Irrelevant, playing his ass off, gets to the NFC title game, gets the elbow injury in the first quarter, and that was it. The Eagles dominated. So the Niners already got some of that lick back when they played them in 2023. They smoked them. That was in the midst of that Philly collapse 2 years ago. So here we go again. Niners defense, yeah, they're going to struggle to stop the run. But also, I think Philly's defense could meet their match here with this Niners offense. So I agree with you. I think it's way too many points now. It's gotten to this point where I got to buy in. I think the Eagles win the game. I think it's a one-score game. It wouldn't shock me if San Francisco wins. I'm absolutely going to take the points here with the Niners. Give me San Francisco +6. If I do have to give a final score prediction, I agree with you. I'll probably take the over as well. I'm not entirely confident, but I do think both these teams can move the ball effectively here. I'll go Eagles 26, Niners 23, and Philadelphia, Jake Elliott, who has been much maligned. They call him Missy Elliott because he misses a lot of kicks over the last couple of weeks in Philadelphia. I think Missy Elliott is Makey Elliott, and I think the Eagles win on a last-second field goal.